Hey guys, what's up? It's Sean. I just made this video, but YouTube went all fucking wonky. But yeah, what can you expect? It's got its flaws. But yeah, the video I just made, it was about like spirituality and like with Christianity, or I guess it doesn't even just apply to Christianity. I guess it could apply to like any theist religion. Um, but yeah, but like I said before, like I just don't get it. I mean, I don't get it in the sense that by the virtue of, okay, let's say the Christian God's real. Well, okay, if you're spiritual and let's just say you're, you know, you're malforming that, God is, you know, just some being or some sentient being or something supernatural, but you're not saying the Christian God. Well, then don't these people get that if the Christian God's real, that then they're gonna fucking go to hell just like the fucking atheists and pagans and Hindus and all this shit? Now, yeah, this is just how the Christian looks at it. Yeah, do I give a fuck what the Christian says? No, I don't. But I just don't, with the spirituality, it's like, I don't like I just don't get it, because it's like, okay, I get the fact that like they're obviously scared to death and that's why they're still clinging to something. It's like, to me, the fact that people, whether it's the God of some book or they call it something higher than themselves or something greater than themselves, they're still clinging to something and they're still probably afraid of death. Like I said before, I don't necessarily think that all Christians or all people of atheism are fucking scared to death. And I'm not saying that someone that's, of, you know, anti-theist views or atheist views could, you know, not be scared to death. That's not necessarily what I'm saying. But most of the time it seems like people who grasp onto religion, they are afraid of death. And they grasp onto the religion so much because they are afraid of death. And they want this afterlife because either they've been told about it or they just want to grasp so hard onto the fact. They don't want the atheist to be right. And you die and that's just it. They're not comfortable with that. I mean, like I said before, when I was a Christian, uh, like, death fucking scared the shit out of me. And honestly, now that I look at it, now I'm atheist and death doesn't fucking scare me at all. But, it's like, honestly, now I look at it like the atheist, I don't want I don't want to go to fucking someplace, you know, eternal anyways. I don't want to go to some place where, whatever fabric of my being is there for the rest of eternity. That would be boring. It would get monotonous. It would lose, total meaning after a while. What's the fucking point? I'd rather life be like it is, finite, and you just, to me, it's like, once you can realize life is finite, then you can start living your life how you want to and do what you want to do. But with the spirituality thing, yeah, it's like, well, okay, by the same regards, if the Christian God's real, you're gonna fucking go to hell too. I mean, to me, it's just to me, it's either, if you're gonna, it's either be Christian or just don't fucking be anything, within that realm. I just don't get it. To me, either have the balls to stand up for this shit, or why be a part of it? I mean, if you can realize the Bible's full of shit, like the person that I ascribe this to, I mean, the person I'm making this video about, I'm going to remain nameless, but they say they're spiritual, or they believe in a God, you know, that it's a God, but it's not the Christian God. It's a loving God, like I guess you could say Jesus, but they don't call it God or Jesus. Not really. But it's just like, you know, okay, if you and this person realizes the Bible's bullshit, like this person realizes the Old Testament does not make God look like the fucking most heavenly motherfucker. I mean, I guess, you know, for a play on words, you know, he realizes that this God sounds like a tyrannical fucking asshole, you know, and it's like, and I've said it before. What the fuck does a God, like an all-knowing, all-powerful God, need with feelings like being mad or happy or sad or, you know, spiteful or shit like that? Uh, a fucking omnipresent, omniscient being doesn't fucking need that fucking shit. It almost seems like this God has a fucking ego, like the amazing atheist has said, and a God doesn't fucking need an ego. It doesn't need feelings. You know, that seems so backwards to me. But yeah, like, to me it's just like, either fucking be the Christian and face the abject, you know, fucking, you know, persecution, or why the fuck even be halfway on the fence? I just don't fucking get it. It's like, to me, spirituality, saying you're spiritual is such a fucking cop-out. It's like, well, okay, why don't you just say you're just as afraid of the death as the fucking Christians? But yet you don't want to fucking be united under that fucking name, because you know, to a point, there's a lot of bullshit within that fucking name. But like I've said, yeah, not all Christians are bad. Like, they're, you know, they all don't, like, you know, not like, you know, people who are homophobic, or, you know, they're against slavery, or they're for equal rights or shit like that. But then you have the bad ones that, like, don't like people who, you know, have a skin color different than theirs, or they don't like people who are homosexual, or, you know, they break the rules of the Bible, and it's just like, well, what the fuck's the point? Like, but yeah, like, I don't get the whole spiritual thing. It's like, in the whole realm of it, if they're right, you're going the same place as the non-believer is, the blasphemer is. So to me, it's like, either put your fucking cards into it, or why the fuck be it. But with this guy, like, yeah, he realizes that, you know, the Bible's BS. He does. So it's just like, I don't get it. If you can realize the Bible's BS, then why the fuck be a part of a fucking theism? Like, I know this dude is smart enough to be, like, you know, of a non-theism. And I'm not saying, like, just because he's smart enough, he should be, like, a non-theist or an atheist or something like that. Like, fine, if you're gonna be smart and you want to go down that path anyways, fine. But it's like, if you realize Christianity's bullshit, why go for the spiritual thing? If you think the God of the Bible's bullshit, or you want to disregard him because of the flaws in that book, and then you can see the flaws in a lot of other books, then why not just look at the flaw in the thought of God entirely, and drop the whole fucking God thing and just live for yourself? Like, I guess that's what frustrates me with it. Is it's like, you're a step away from fucking, to me, I guess, being along the right path, and yet you still want to, like, be scared and tread along that path of needing something. But yeah, I might make a video about more of it, but I don't know. This is kind of my rant on it, and why I think spirituality is dumb. Sean out.